Wade Heineman, still here at 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. Got my other plates over here hanging. And you can see I took the chair out of here because there was some indication that the fraud was using the chair for something. So the criminals that break into my home or illegally surveil me. There's my hand again. 10.75 inches. Here's Reedland Savings Bank. There's the quilt my ex-fiance made me. Here's my boots that I wear. And my golden shoes. And those pants I ripped out, so these pants, not going to be able to wear these anymore. Ripped them out. They're old, so the fabric was really thin and I have to squat to get out of here, so that's what happened. I went back to these khakis that I wore for bridge construction in 2018. So more identity stuff here. My folders, my UNI transcript again, Loris College transcript. And my other shirts, here's my housing inspector shirt from 1997. On the back is the old Cedar Falls Fire Department that they just patched over when I was there from 97 to 2000. Here's my Intercog shirt from when I worked there, 2010 to 2011. It's actually Jim Rodemeyer's shirt, but he's no longer there, and I can't get it back to him because they said they don't know where he is anymore. So there's other shirts of mine. There's that one and this one. These are collared shirts. And this one. And I believe there's something staged with some female at some point. Whenever I wear some of those. Here's my Kings River camo coat. And again, here's my jean jacket, and the sleeves are really badly ripped now. But anyway, there's some indication. It's January 7th. I don't even think I said that. January 7th, 2021, 11:39 a.m. I've never said anything racist to anyone. That was vindicated again. It would be staged lies by unknown frauds. I never said anything racist to anyone. In my home, I've criticized about every group of people, including many white people, many black people, several, Hispanic people, Asian people, not very many Native American people, maybe one on the radio, but I've never said anything racist to anyone. I'm not racist. I've had indications of several different races defrauding me since 2016, so I'm more hyper aware of comments made about who is stealing my 20 years of work. Obviously anyone that gets 20 years of their work stolen and it's destroyed their life and people stage lies against them, they're going to be sensitive about comments that are pointed toward them concerning whatever race the person is. But fogzap1.wordpress.com, fogzap1, you got to search YouTube and then click on fogzap1 and then click on videos. I'm Wade A. Heineman. Still here at 1809 W Avenue, Fairbank, Iowa. That's 1.5 miles north of Fairbank, Iowa on V68. 319-238-0697. If you're not getting through to me on my phone number, there's been a dramatic reduction in calls over the last 3 weeks. So I don't know why that's happening, but if it's not getting through to me, I don't know why. So the indications about racist comments, the only thing I can think of is that the only time I've been gone from my home since December 21st is January 4th, when I went out to UNI, University of Northern Iowa, to get that emergency loan. And I showed the receipts yesterday. And the only people of color that I encountered that day, when I went into the Dean of Students, there was a African-American female or black female, whatever they prefer. I never know what to say, whether it's black or African-American anymore. Some of them say, they prefer black. Some say they prefer African-American. There was a 20-something female African-American woman and a upper 30s or 40s probably African-American male in there. And a white female in her upper 30s or 40s possibly. I couldn't tell really. And the white female helped me get a hold of who I needed to get a hold of, and I was just friendly with I really only spoke to the African-American female because she was out there sorting like cards for some like advertising campaign for something in UNI. I don't know what it was. I don't know either of them. Never seen either of them in my life, as far as I know. So those two, and then later in the day when I went to exchange my propane tanks in Hazleton, Iowa at the gas station there, there was an African-American guy in his vehicle getting gas, and he kind of smirked at me. I didn't say anything to him. I just went into my tanks exchanged, and since people surveil me, they know when I put tanks, propane tanks in my vehicle, I'm going to try and exchange those because they're empty. Actually, I'll probably take full ones with me too, because I don't want them messing with them when they break into my home. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet with that, but I put 2 tanks in my vehicle that day, so they probably assumed I was going to get empty ones, and they know everything I'm doing in my home anyway. So I use those to heat the home when I have the electricity off, or as backup heat. So I was there, and he drove off pretty quickly. The trooper or the sheriff's car was standing there, and I forgot my put my mask on for the first 30 seconds to a minute I was there, and then I went back out to my vehicle and put it on. It wasn't that I intentionally didn't do it. I just forgot to do it. It's like, when we first started wearing seatbelts back in the 80s, that you had to, you didn't remember to do that right away. So that's what I'm up against with that. Most of the time I've remembered, but once in a while I'll forget, and I'll go put it back on when I remember. And I've never done a hate crime. Absolutely not. I had those indications in the last 2 years too. No, I didn't do any hate crimes. Liars. Staged lies. Never associated with any white supremacist group. I hold my hand up like this out the window sometimes to identify that it's me, because of the unknown frauds. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they drive, etc., etc. So that's the only reason I hold my hand up. This is not ever a hand signal. When I'm holding something, the position of my hand, whatever it is. In 2014 and 15, maybe into 16, I thought, I didn't know what the hand signals meant I still don't really know much about the hand signals, what they mean. But when there was a helicopter flying over one time, I thought this meant the all-seeing eye, the people watching over you. So I did this over my eye one time when I was in 2014 or 15, I think, when a helicopter was flying over, because I thought they were watching me, So I put that hand signal up, but I didn't know what it meant then, and now I believe it means white supremacist, but I've never been associated with white supremacist or militia or anything like that. So that'd be all stage lies as well. So the reason I'm holding my hand up ever is to show that this is my hand. Even out the window, I'm showing, hey, this is my hand. I am Wade Allen Heinemann. I'm the one that got my space interaction theory stolen. I'm the one they're stealing my identity, etc. That's why I do that. The only thing I said about Joe Biden's speech yesterday is that he didn't mention anything about the suppression of truth and the liar frauds that have stolen, that steal people's work. I've been dealing with this for 7 years now. So I said, if you're not going to address that issue, to me, you're worth nothing as a president to me if you're not going to address that issue. I've been suffering. I've been tortured for 7 years. So if you're not going to address that issue, you're meaningless to me. That's what I said. That's all I meant. I wrote it again. I'll mention I wrote in on every line when I went in to my polling location. I went into my polling location. I didn't send in any votes. I didn't mail in any votes. I went to the polling location and I wrote in every line. I said, for whomever reveals the truth about my situation in particular. But the truth is paramount now, and that's what I stand for. Any, quote, religion is meaningless without the truth here on earth. Got to have the truth first, otherwise religions are meaningless. Religions are meaningless. Everything's meaningless without the truth. I stand for the truth. That's what I stand for, the truth. If you don't stand for the truth, I have no respect for you. If you suppress the truth, I have zero respect for you. I'm not going to die on the cross for some religion, especially when there's no truth here on earth. If you're suppressing the truth, you do not have my respect at all, in any way. So that should tell you a lot, that I didn't vote for anyone. I didn't vote for a Republican or a Democrat. If I am for the Constitution and Bill of Rights, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. That means unrestricted speech. Pretty simple. If you start restricting speech and saying you can't criticize certain people, then that's not freedom of speech anymore. You've totally eliminated it just by restricting it against one group. Which is, if there's anti, whatever speech, then you've opened up the floodgates for no freedom of speech. And even once, you can't restrict speech to criticize. You can't criticize any group of people. It has to be all of them. You have to be able to criticize all groups of people. So there's that. I still don't know who the frauds are. Don't know what color they are. But obviously the ones that are defrauding me, doesn't matter what color they are to me. They are criminal frauds to me. Then that's what they are. I didn't collaborate with anyone. Space interaction theory is mine. The poems that I wrote over 20 plus years are mine. I never have collaborated with anyone on those. I am a independent thinker, just as Einstein was, just as Isaac Newton was. They were very independent people. So whatever else is staged lies.